And this one is a head-to-head fighting card game, and it is based on the original game Yomi, but this one does make some changes to the system. The biggest changes is that they're going to be introducing these different types of gems that each have their own cards, that if you choose a gem, you're actually going to be combining it with the character that you choose, combining their cards together and creating all sorts of different permutations. There's also different types of attacks that allow you to aim high or low, which also will require you to either block high or low if you're defending against those. You can perform all sorts of combos to gain an edge and speed up your attacks, and this new version also introduces a system that gives you more control over your hand, because it also allows you to exchange any cards from your hand with cards from your discard pile if they do have matching icons. But like I said, you're going to be choosing a character and you're going to be choosing a gem, and then you're going to be combining those cards together with your character deck, introducing all of your attacks, throws, blocks, and dodges, as well as your special moves and super moves. Each player is going to be starting the game with their own hand of cards, and then they're going to be using those in order to perform all these different fighting combos, and performing these combos can increase your super move meter, which you can activate later in the game, but you can also increase that meter by discarding cards from your hand. You are able to get those cards back because each round you will be drawing 2 more cards back into your hand. Once you've drawn those 2 cards, you can then exchange any cards from your hand with the matching icons like I mentioned before, optionally play 1 ability card in order to augment your turn, and then you'll be able to discard any of your cards to power up your power meter. One other thing to note about the gems in this game is that each one does offer you with its own ultimate attack, but you can only use this once per game, and it's at this point in your turn that you can choose to do that. But after you've done all that, each player is going to be simultaneously revealing a card from their hand that they want to use to issue their attack, and then you're going to be comparing the different moves that each player has chosen, and depending on that combination, there's going to be different outcomes and different winners, but of course there'll be all sorts of special effects and abilities that you'll be able to use in order to augment that attack further or mitigate the damage done. Whoever does win also gets the option to play additional cards in order to form a combo, and then the game ends once a player's health reaches 0, or when a player has exhausted their deck twice. If you do want to learn more about this one, I will have it linked in the description below, and of course you can click to follow along and get notified once it launches.